The core of any blockchain relies on the concept of hashing. In this video, we'll look at hashing, features of hashing function, uses of hashing in blockchain, and various hashing algorithms used by Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana by having a closer look at their code base.
Welcome to Netizhack, netizens' most active community, where community starts with Q and U.
Hashing. Hashing is basically to execute a mathematical function to produce an output of given length irrespective of the input given. As we can see, input is fed to a hashing function that generates a hash of given length. However, not all hashing functions are good to be considered as a hashing function. Couple of features to list for hashing function are quick computation. Hashing function should produce the result in definite amount of time. It should be only a matter of seconds to produce a hash for a small input or for massive amounts of data. Second is fixed length output. A hashing function should always produce an output of fixed length. SHA-256 produces a 256-bit hash value. It's usually represented as a hexadecimal number of 64 digits. Third feature, hash function should be a one-way function. Let us take an example of a mathematical algorithm which takes the number x, multiplies it with 2 and rounds it off to the nearest tens. Mathematical representation for this function is given here. For the inputs from 0 to 45, it will always produce an output of 2-digit number. Let's give it a try run. For the input 5, 5 times 2 is 10, rounding off to nearest 10 is 10. 3 times 2 is 6, 6 to the nearest 10 is 10. And for 9, 9 times 2 is 18 and 18 rounded off to the nearest tens is 20. So as we can see, if we are given the hash value x, we can't get back to the original data fed. That is if it 5 was fed or 3 or 4. In this way, hashing function should be a one-way function. Next feature is non-locality. Hashing function should produce significant amount of difference in the output even for a small amount of change in the input. As we can see, for the Netizhack with a small c in the end, here the SHA-256 hash digest for it. And if we change c to a capital Q, the hash is significantly different, and for even capital Q and small q, the hash changes very significantly. This adds to the complexity of decrypting the hash. Next feature is collision resistant. It means that every unique input should produce a unique hash. Mathematically representing, if input A is not equal to input B, hash of input A should not be equal to hash of input B. It is important to maintain immutability and integrity of blocks. Next, we'll have a look at hashing versus encryption. Usually, the beginners in cryptography and blockchain use the term hashing and encryption as synonyms. However, they are significantly different. A couple of differences are listed here. Hashing is a one-way function, whereas encryption is a two-way function. It essentially means is original data can't be retrieved from the output hash, whereas in case of encryption, we can decipher the text to get the original message back. Hashed output is generally of fixed size and does not grow with the increasing size of input, whereas in case of encryption, the size largely varies and increases with the size of input. A couple of examples for a hashing algorithm is SHA-256 and KX-256. For encryption, it's RSA and AES. Because hash algorithm always gives same result for same input of data and output a result of fixed length, they are ideal for verifying the consistency of massive amounts of data. We'll be having a look at the use cases of hashing in blockchain. First one is proof of work. Hashing is crucial in crypto mining, specifically proof of work, because a miner has to discover a golden node by computing hashes several times. Second, we have determining a valid transaction, valid set of transactions in a block, valid set of blocks. Let us go to Bitcoin Explorer. Here we have blockchain.com and we go to Bitcoin Explorer, selecting any random block. We scroll a bit down to block transactions and we see each of these transactions is having their own unique transaction hash. And we scroll a bit up. Here we have Merkle root, which is the hash of all the transactions in a block. And scrolling a bit more up, we have hash, which is hash of all the block data. And another major use case of hashing in blockchain is to generate the addresses of blockchain. And we'll go to link of Wikipedia which reads technical background of V1 Bitcoin addresses. Scrolling a bit down, how to create a Bitcoin address. Reading out a couple of steps, having a private key, ECDSA key. ECDSA stands for Elliptic Curve Digital Signature Algorithm. Then we take a corresponding public key generated with it and we perform a SHA-256 hashing on public key. So we came to know that Bitcoin uses SHA-256 algorithm. Another hashing algorithm is used in next step, which is RIP EMD 160, performing RIP EMD 160 hashing on the result of SHA-256, and a couple more steps. But we get a gist of how SHA-256 and RIP EMD 160 hashing algorithms are crucial part of Bitcoin generation of addresses. Now, we'll be having a look at hashing algorithms used by blockchains. First up, we have Bitcoin. We'll go to Bitcoin's code over github.com/bitcoin/bitcoin and choose a particular library named SCCP256K1. SCC stands for Standards for Efficient Cryptography, and we go to its main implementation.h file and scrolling a bit down, reading a comment on line number 14 which reads initializes SHA-256 with a fixed mid state. This mid state was computed by applying SHA-256. So we came to know that Bitcoin uses SHA-256 algorithm. Secondly, we'll have at the implementation of hashing algorithm in Ethereum. We'll go to Go's implementation of Ethereum on github.com/ethereum/go Ethereum, and we'll have a look at particular utility. Scrolling a bit down, and on line number 58, it reads return crypto.kx256. Its comment reads out like the hash is calculated at KX256, which is SHA-3 family of hashing algorithms. So Ethereum uses KX256 hashing algorithm. And the third one we'll be having a look at is Solana. We go to Solana Rust implementation on github.com/solanalabs/solana. And here we see it uses Solana SDK and importing a hash module from Solana SDK. However, it does not explicitly mention which hashing algorithm it uses. We'll go to Solana SDK's create documentation and we go to module hash. Here we have a hash function which reads return a SHA-256 hashing algorithm for a given data, which concludes us to figure out that Solana uses SHA-256 hashing algorithm. So we have seen how hashing is the building block for modern day blockchain. Like and share this video, subscribe to channel NetEasec. Thank you.